Everybody, Chief here. I apologize for the slight delay there. YouTube's been having some major issues today. It was down for, I don't know, an hour or so earlier today, and it looks like gotta take things with baby steps. But it looks like I'm up and running. I'm getting green signal across the board, so let me know if there's any issues with the sound. If I'm too quiet or the music is too loud, let me know. And I want to thank everybody for joining in today. This is my normal Sunday podcast stream. And today's stream we're going to be taking a look and discussing update 5.1 and the new lore in War Robots. And I'm sure most of you are probably saying, wait, what's lore? Well, we'll kind of get into that, but first things first, 5.1 update. I know iOS, we're getting the shaft on this one. We still haven't got the update. So what I did today to make sure we could bring you some timely discussion is I put together some really good guests from across the War Robots community. The majority of them, not all, but the majority of them are admin or moderators for some of our favorite community meeting places on Facebook and on Reddit. So hopefully, if they're like I am, and they spend a lot of time on Facebook or Reddit taking a look at some of the other posts, I think we've got a pretty good idea of what 5.1 is all about. And, if not, we've got all of you here to help us along the way and help us understand. Dark Warrior Becky, thanks for stopping in on the stream. It's much appreciated. Those are my stream moderators, so be nice to them. And I see some familiar faces there. Unfortunately, I won't be able to name everybody, but Josh, Ghost, Tad, Franz. Thanks, everybody. I expect to have quite a few new people in the stream as well. This is a fairly popular stream, or it's getting fairly popular. And for those of you that are new to the channel or to the stream, if you like this kind of a format or you like, seeing what normal players are like, that's what my channel is all about. So, hit that subscribe button, share my channel with other people. Getting real close to my goal of 500 subscribers. Been really moving up on that, and I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. But I don't want to spend too much time boring you with my lovely voice. So what I want to do is get into my voice channel with the rest of my guests. I've got quite a few, and I will let them introduce themselves to you. Most of you probably are familiar with them, but I will go through each one of them briefly, and then we'll get down to business.
You just popped
There
in.
he is. Okay, perfect.
There I am. I'm sorry I was
There you
lost,
are.
but I found my way.
You did.
And it looks like voice is broadcasting just fine, so I'm sure everybody's going to be able to hear all of your wonderful voices. And if I can I get each one of you to just kind of tell who you are, if you're a moderator or what you do in the community, and just so they can kind of put names together. Not everybody knows your in-game name. For example, JF Soul is JF Soul on Reddit, but he's JF Soul in the game, so you might not know that. Oh wait, that didn't make sense. But
Yeah, it made sense.
but it makes sense to everybody else. So yeah, if I start with Jilly, I know you've been on the stream before, so you're not too new to this.
No, I was nervous the first time. I think I'm okay now. Well, I want to say thank you to Chief for letting us all come on here, first of all. It's quite exciting to be able to talk about this stuff with the public and all the people that love the game like we do. I am a clan leader of Lunatics Unite. I have Night Guard, Joe, that is on with us, that is in my clan. I love my clan. They're the best clan. Well, we all say that, but I love my clan. And admin for the War Robots for Friends. And I joined that job with Michael, that's also on here. It's one of the best groups out there because there's just no toxic comments. We don't have to kick anybody. Everybody's friendly, positive, supportive. And I think that's what all this game is all about. So it's kind of nice to be on here. Thanks very much, everybody.
Okay. Next on my list, anyway, is Ben. Most of you guys have seen him. He's from my clan, and I kind of have a standing open invitation to anybody from my clan that wants to participate in the discussion. So he decided that this was a topic he wanted to discuss. So real quick about yourself.
At least I can be along for the ride. I'm just the noob that pretends to know what he's doing in War Robots. Thought I'd swing by here today and listen into what everybody else had to say. So, yeah.
It's awesome.
All right, next up is JF Soul.
Hey everyone, I'm a moderator in the subreddit, and I also am in the Moab clan on iOS, and I try to stay active in some of the various Discord channels too. Chief, thank you so much for thinking of me, and it's a privilege to be here. I look forward to the discussion.
Right on. And next up is Mecha God.
Oh, my name's Michael Brooks, moderator of War Robots for Friends with Jillian. With badass bots, go boss. Seems I'm the only Android guy here today, so don't know what's up with that, but we might talk about that later. Just a pleasure to be on. Thanks for having me on, Chief.
Hey, no problem. And just so the audience knows, I did have lined up another guest who is unfortunately stuck on a boat or a ferry somewhere in Canada, from what I'm told. It's a little behind schedule. He's an iOS player as well as Steam and PC. And with most of my streams, I do try to get some representation from the various communities. In this case, we have an Android here. I've had Android guests in the past, and I would like to reach out and get more of them on. But you know what? It's one game, and we all share it in it. So, but I do my best to try and get everybody represented. And sorry, finally, Night Guard, if you want to go ahead.
Hey, Chief. Thanks for inviting me for this. This is really fun. Name is Joe Wong, and I'm on iOS and clan Lunatics Unite, and Jillian recruited me back in December. I was playing solo for a long time, probably about 4 years I was playing solo, and I didn't know anything about the clanning, and I was like, well, I'll join. And so it's been a great experience. We have a really great clan. It's very fun, and I've just enjoyed hanging out every night and gaming and winning sometimes.
Yes. He is our leader. He is our top, most active leader. So.
Well, I think the winning part is subjective, because I think most of us are kind of in the same boat where we win like 50% or less of our battles, and I want to know who it is that's on the other half of that is usually winning, because it's nobody I know.
No.
We do.
Yeah,
I'm in one of the clans that I can speak for high-ranked clans that stomp randoms on a regular basis. It's no fun for us at all.
Oh, really?
It is so boring. Like, all we want is a challenge.
For us either.
Yeah, I know. I was there too. Moving up. I've been on both sides.
Yeah, every once in a while I get to squad with Vox, and most of those guys are in the 60 to 80% win rate. But they don't. I mean, in the chat, they don't talk at all when they go against randoms. They get really fired up when they go against another Heat or Lost or 1% or some of these other clans. That's when they get motivated. It's no fun for anyone.
Oh, exactly. a lot of us have started running our second hangers in a weaker hanger. So when we see it's randoms, we don't run our main bots just to make it somewhat of a challenge.
Well, that might be the case on Android, but I can tell you from experience that is not the case on iOS.
No.
They run full Aries trains against
Master
level, randoms.
You have to practice your tactics, honestly. It's so much better that way. Like, we have to hit the randoms the same way that we hit, gods or corpse, some of the top Android guys. Otherwise, if you don't practice that every time, then you're rusty when you do get the 1 out of 20 battles where you need these.
Yeah, well, I'm getting way better at killing.
It's a catch-22.
Yeah, and I can understand the practice part. What I don't understand is when they are in one of their 5 Aries in their hangars and it's down to 10% health and they hide.
Yeah.
To avoid dying.
I can't speak for that.
I'm like, really? Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna win in 30 seconds, dude. Come on. Just
you
play.
don't need to hide.
Or they self-destruct.
Yeah, that too. That's annoying.
I think
that's a pet peeve of mine too. If somebody gets me, I'm giving them my bot. I'm gonna let them kill me. Right. Unless I have to go save a beacon, then that's acceptable. If you're dropping a bot to go save a beacon somewhere else, drop the bot. But other than that, somebody got you. Let them get you.
I don't think I've ever destroyed a bot, ever. So that's pretty good. I think I die.
That's the best way you're supposed to do it.
But I mean,
I don't want to get too sidetracked from the topics. Right. That is a great discussion, and maybe I can bring some of y'all back for the I don't know what I would call that episode. Maybe the haves versus the have-nots. I don't know.
There you go. That's
something. Because I know that there's a lot of people that are into that topic. But we are here to talk about update 5.1, which I do have let me see if I can find it. All right, if I can get this to work properly. I do have the update notes and everything available to show the viewing audience, and we can kind of go over the update notes, talk about different things, aspects. I think Mechagod's going to be the best person for explaining kind of the in practice, as far as since us iOS folk have not had a chance to play with it.
Yeah.
But and hopefully we've got some viewers out there too that have had a chance to play around with some of it. But also I do want to touch on the dreaded subject of factions and lore. We kind of briefly talked about this before the stream, and I think most of us are kind of on the same page, but who knows, maybe there's some viewers out there that are still kind of wondering what that's all about, so we'll kind of do our best on that. But I think the main topic of focus today is going to be 5.1 update.
Right.
So everybody knows the biggest thing with this is pilots, right?
Yes.
Pilots. And I've had a couple of these streams already where we've discussed pilots ahead of their release, and well, now here it is. They're there. They're part of the update, so we have to touch on it. Personally, I'm not really wanting to kind of get into the details of, okay, well, this pilot is better than that pilot because it has, so many skills or whatever. But more of the general idea, I think, is what, at least some of us on iOS are still kind of, hesitant. We're not sure, am I going to want pilot? Is it going to kill the game? Different things like that. But, that is the first topic that they mention in their update notes too, is pilots. So I mean, I guess we could kind of have a starting point there and then see where the audience wants to take us down that path.
Sounds good.
So
is there anyone on that is excited about the pilot coming?
So I'm the only one who's actually used the pilots in game, is this correct?
And yes.
We haven't even got an update. Yeah.
So you're going first, Michael.
Okay, I guess I'll start it off. I'll be honest. when it was coming out, I wasn't the biggest a fan, and maybe not so much now, but honestly speaking, I'm not a paying player. I've put a little bit in, but not in a while. So I had about 2,000 gold to start out with the pilot, and blew through that fast. I haven't even leveled them up. Just, go through the skills, because you spend gold if you don't like the skill that it gives you. And I mean, there's some cool stuff in there. There's going to be a lot of people in the game. How's he doing that? Different things like slowing your bot down to give it a little more damage, kill some, run faster, little things like that. But in gameplay, honestly, I can't tell you. Playing against guys I know have all these legendary pilots. I have pilots all the way up to level 70 already. And, the overpowered are just a little bit more overpowered. Everybody else, the cheap pilots, get them. I spend a couple hundred gold, get a decent little, ability with it. And it's a little bonus. You don't have to put a lot of money into it, like a lot of gold. Like I said, I went through 2,000 gold, and I've got 5 pilots, all with a decent ability that was acceptable. So it wasn't that bad. Not as bad as I was expecting.
And Jillian asked if anybody was excited about pilots. I am.
Yeah.
I'm super happy about the pilots, but I'm kind of a nerd like that. I want full customization. That's what I enjoy.
Then you're going to like them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
there are some very specific abilities.
Wow.
Yeah, I think a lot of players would say yes to customization. Typically, that's a great feature. It's just what you were just alluding to earlier, Chief, and what we were just discussing is are we widening the gap between the free to play and the pay to win? Or I think the game has been that way for a while, and so I'm not sure if adding pilots will really tack that much more onto it. That Legend League, that high chance Legend League, that you have to pay a lot, and that's not unique to War Robots. That's how it is in a lot of freemium games. I think War Robots is one of the worst I've seen, but it's still there's no the pilots. I don't think are going to be the one that the straw that breaks the donkey's back in this case. So I like the idea of customization. Now I've heard secondhand, because I'm iOS, I haven't actually played it yet, but there are some extreme things you can do with pilots that to me sound that just raise my eyebrows. Like I've seen a lot of threads and discussion about this invulnerable Falcon, where you get a certain pilot with certain skills that can add to the damage resistance, the armor, and HP healing. And I've seen some players that with one Falcon, it survives the entire time, and it's just literally a tank, and people can't kill it. And that seems a little extreme to me.
Well, and with any new content, you have to expect, even though some of it has gone through the test servers, there's really not enough people giving quality feedback on the test servers. So unfortunately, it really gets put to the test when it hits the live servers, and people will find ways to take advantage of an ability, just like the Aries shield, the Aries train, and guess what's going to happen? It's going to get nerfed.
Hopefully.
The Spectres were in that too, when the Spectres.
Right. And
yes, Spectres were terrible.
It might take a while to get nerfed, but it's going to happen. So, I mean, anytime something gets abused.
I'm finding I'm getting way better at reading the Aries trains and actually getting to kill a few. Now that I'm learning to play against them more, because they're everywhere. You have to.
Yeah.
So I'm not as scared when I see an Aries. But
I get excited when I get my Mercury close to the Aries train. I love jumping in on the Aries train.
And I love to watch you jump in on the Aries.
It is a tactic, to counter it. Using a Strider or flanking it. It's easier when you're in a squad and with comms. But I've only been playing a little over a year, so I caught the tail end of the Spectre Shock train and some of the dash bots and the stealth bots, and I've lived through now some of these other waves. But with the Aries, to me, there's nothing so demotivating getting locked down and then just destroyed by an Aries. It sucks. It really does.
You're going to die.
Yeah, there's just no chance.
It's okay.
Well,
But I
yeah.
still don't
Get
destroy
yourself
my
one of those
bot.
Falcons.
Yeah,
Problem
That's
solved.
right.
yeah.
But
I would say for me, the pilot thing, like part of the reason I like this game is because it was so simple. Like I used to play like that old Mech Warriors where you had the joystick and you had like 1,500 buttons to push. And this game was like a little easy mobile device that I loved because it was simple, easy. And now with the over 1 million options you can do with pilots, it's like, whoa. I mean, you really have to have a lot of money to dump in to figure out which combination's good for you, or you just get killed.
I've said many times that if I was new coming into this game, it would be overwhelming. Like, try to take all of this in the time it takes you to get to level 30. Realistically, level 30 is nothing. Like, you're still beginning. And to have all of that thrown at you, it would be totally overwhelming for me.
Oh my gosh, so overwhelming.
Yeah, I started when the Rhino was ruling the world, before the Lancelot. So I've seen the progression of all of it. And the last, year and a half of War Robots is outrageous. The content.
well,
It has. It's been a lot, and like what one of the viewers is saying, Tad Gibson, the pilots are not the problem; it's the price to promote them. It is. It's a gold sink. Is what it seems like to me.
Yeah, and I don't spend money, so I've just typed that it's almost feeling like I'm being forced to, where I just want to play the game. I save my gold and I get what I need, but I don't want to have to play and have to spend the gold in order to play.
It's hard though not to.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
they
to.
get
Now.
you
We're being
hooked,
forced to it. Yeah.
and then you want more, and they drive that competitive nature. And I mean that's why they came up with the whole league system. People get so wrapped up. I'm in Champion League or I'm in Expert League. It doesn't matter. I mean, and even with the clans, they gave them ranking, and it doesn't matter. It's all just a number that they threw up on a board and said, oh, hey, this is what it means. It's something cool. And it's not. It really isn't anything cool. You're going to get in a game, you're either going to beat somebody or you're going to get, you're going to lose your bots. But
that's right.
And you got to have fun with it. Don't get too wrapped up in the ranking systems because they're put there for you to feel that competitive nature, to either want to spend more or to do something, to achieve that. And that's the separation that people are talking about between the pay to win and those that, aren't spending. They're, without these league systems, you wouldn't feel the pay to win versus the free to play as much.
Right.
Because you have no measure, nothing to measure. But you really should just kind of take a step back and say, okay, well, yeah, that guy has got, 20,000 cups. He's, Legend League. He's got full green hanger, I've been playing for 6 months or a year, or even if it's 5 years, but you don't have that much invested. Who cares if he beats you?
What matters is having fun.
Right.
That's right.
Some people have fun, with that drive, desire to be the best. Because I very much want my clan to keep going up. We're almost AAA ranked, and then S is around the corner. And, we are all so excited. It is a drive, but it's not driving me to spend money. I do definitely see that, some people do. And, if you got it, spend it. What I would love to see, better matchmaking, so the guys that have all these modules, all these legendary pilots, aren't playing players. Couldn't ever happen. There's the matchmaking could fix the separation completely by actually separating it.
Yeah.
Well, I think matchmaking is a whole nother beast.
That's a whole other 2-hour topic there.
Yes.
But
Why did they not work on that with the update, the matchmaking?
well, I think they're constantly reviewing matchmaking and making adjustments without telling us. I know matchmaking over the last month has been drastically different than the month prior.
Right.
So they are playing with it, but they're, if you've played any game that's even remotely similar to this, matchmaking is always a problem. Always.
Yeah,
It just
that's true.
goes along with the territory.
And it always will be.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that they can't fix it. Maybe they can. I don't know. But, I have to find other ways to have fun. And it was mentioned, it's going to widen the gap between pay to win. And I keep forgetting to make my point here. But pilots are just another module. Yes, people are going to spend a lot of money. And you know what? Go for it. Fund the game. Buy 5 of every single legendary pilot. I don't care. Spend all the money you got so that they can hire more developers. They can work on the matchmaking. I don't care how much somebody spends. I'm gonna still have fun, and I've made that choice. I run level 9 bots, and I make it into high champion league. So you can still have a lot of fun even with lower gear, and I think a lot of people sometimes confuse high level gear with paying for it. I've spent a lot of money on this game mainly because I have supporters to help me with the channel, but I don't have high level gear, so I mean you can't really correlate the two. And I know people that have not spent a dime and have high level stuff because they've been playing forever.
Right.
Yeah.
So I made it to champion without spending a penny.
See, that's awesome.
You should ask how much Jilly has in silver.
Oh God. Well, I don't. There's so many people that have way more than me. They call me a hoarder. But it's sad because I would love to be able to donate to my clan because a lot of them are playing just to save up for silver, and I have over. I guess. Well, I'm down now. I'm 650 million.
Oh, 650.
I know.
I have 600 in my account.
Wow.
I've made it over 100 million one time in the entire time I've been playing this game. I do not understand how y'all do it. I've always got
840, I think, was my highest. But I do know people at 1 billion, so
that's nothing. I've got a guy in my clan. I won't name him for the sake of kind Ruxug.
Kindness.
No, kind. Kein space RUCKZUG. If you're a viewer, his name is in blue.
I see.
Yeah. He.
We see you.
I think if he gets below like 3 or 4 billion, I don't remember what the cutoff is. He stops spending until he gets it back up. He's got billions. So.
Yeah, that's why I don't have a lot compared to some people in the billions.
Yeah, some take different approaches to upgrading. Yeah, and I see like Deadly Killer in the chat says he has 179 million, and he's spending it on the lower level weapons. It's all how you decide to stick with the plan and move up through the upgrades. Some are fine with getting like level 9 to max the speed for the bots and maybe level 10 for the weapons, and then wanting to play with some new toys, and that's all cool. If you're trying to get up to 12 and you're not spending too much money, you may have a silver deficit for a while and not be able to upgrade till you're able to grind it out.
Right.
Well, I'm trying to get to MK212 and do it without paying, just grinding the silver.
Well, and it can be done
with
enough time.
It can be done.
Dedication. You have to decide, these are the things I'm going to work on. I don't care what they come out with that's new. This is what I'm going to stick to. And you can do it. But, we're talking about silver here and upgrading and stuff, but that plays into the pilots, Like was recommended, pick up a couple of the cheaper pilots, a couple $100 gold at most, throw them in a bot, get one boost or benefit, whatever it is, and just play. Gold will come eventually, It might be really slow. But, you know, the pilots are not designed to be instantly maxed out. Some people are going to do it, just like with anything else. But most people don't have the resources, and by design, I think, you know, you're supposed to get a pilot as you're coming up. You know, you play with it. It takes a while to gain experience. In that time, you're trying to get gold. Gold is the issue, though.
Yeah.
Is it a money grab? It might be a money grab. I mean, they are a company. They need to make money, but
it's a game to us, but to them it's a business, and we have to remember that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, they've got to make their money, and I get that.
They're in a
They got to pay the people. I get that.
I feel like they're doing really well, though.
Really well with the business. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the business is doing really well.
I'm not sure how it's measured, but I'm sure they're not hurting. But
I've seen numbers that I don't remember, but they're not very bad off.
Did you guys? I think some of you guys said you did, and some maybe didn't watch the recent dev stream. But they did address gold in that dev stream. They didn't specifically say what they're going to do, but they did state that they are working on something that's going to bring more gold into the economy. So
that'd be nice.
That would be.
But it seems like with many things, if it feels like a direct, you know, benefit to the players, they're very slow on developing it. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know that they do it on purpose. That's just how it feels.
Right.
But, you know, if you got the gold, spend it on pilots. Don't spend it on pilots. I don't care. I'm going to log in. I'm going to play, and I'm going to do my best to wreck your face. So.
Yeah, that's right. Well, for the gold, there was some speculation that the arena or some type of competition, that might be a way that you can win gold going against each other, is what I've heard.
Well, they did
I had a
confirm the
pilot
arena's
in my
coming back.
clan. I have a pilot in my clan that I'll leave him nameless, but he grinded hardcore on arena and came out of that 5,000 gold ahead. This last time they had a
Good for him.
5,000 gold.
And that's a last
He
stand.
wasn't with us, but you know that's all he was doing. And yeah, that's a last stand.
Yeah, and
last stand are
but
an awesome piece of equipment. They really save you.
They did confirm that the arena is coming back. They didn't say when, but it is coming back, and it sounded like it's going to be a permanent fixture.
Okay.
But their plan, they just said it was something big that they're going to do to help bring gold back into the economy. So.
Gotcha. Thanks for the distinction. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be nice to know because gold's so hard to collect.
Oh, you just have to buy it.
I don't buy it. I just had 10,000, but I bought a green dragon. So.
Well, I'll do those 99-cent US dollar deals for the 600 gold, and I think those are, to me, those are pretty feasible. But I don't think I don't think you should discount like the ads and grinding it out. You get little bits of gold that way, and it does add up.
Oh yeah, and in the chests, I've gotten 1,000 chests. I've gotten gold in there quite a few times. It does come to you. I do all the tasks every day, so it does build up.
And it's like with any other game, really. The more time you spend in the game, the more benefits you're going to reap. Whether it's the silver, the gold, the keys for the opening the chests.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to be miles ahead of somebody that logs in for 2 matches, you know, every other day. But you know, if somebody is a casual player, that's cool. You know, log in, have your fun. You know, everybody plays
just enjoy
differently.
the game. Right. That's what I say. Enjoy the game.
And the best advice I can give, and because you know I didn't always start out at killing randoms all the time. You know, I was that random for many years. Learn from them. Watch what they're doing.
Yep.
You know, when you get a little Aries train going with a couple randoms, they pick it apart quick. Watch how they did it. Pay attention. You won't get better by beating. You get better by getting and paying attention to how you got beat. Analyze it, break it down. Why did they win? How did they get us? Where did we lose it? How do we fix it?
Right.
You know,
No, and that's
And
you do get
it's-
better. It's just measured
yeah,
very
it just
slowly.
it comes.
My own clan, I mean, we used to get, spawn rated by, several clans, not just the top, 10 or 20 clans. I mean, we would get spawn rated by quite a few, and, the longer we squad together, the more we squad together, the more times we got beat. Well, now, I mean, a lot of the clans that used to do that to us, we've left them way behind. I mean, they are. I mean, we do that to them now, and but it still happens to us. I mean, you hit that top 10 clan, it doesn't matter who you are. It's gonna, you're gonna get spot rated.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many good clowns out there.
So I just can't wait until they merge us with Android.
Yeah, well, we'll see if that happens.
That would be awesome.
Well,
I think that's every pilot's dream.
They did confirm that it's going to happen. They just didn't say when.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome because
There's
so
always
many
some
games
challenges
do
with
it.
that, though.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, for sure.
they need to overcome some challenges, but you know what? For me as an iOS player, I am more than willing to deal with a couple random hackers that we don't see on iOS. In exchange for
I don't
those
see it.
fat,
I very rarely see it.
those
so
fat,
don't
juicy Android players that never seem to have a last stand.
I think there's a lot of tall tales and it gets exaggerated with the hackers on Android. However,
There is.
With my experience, not in War Robots, but in other mobile app games, not just because it's Android, just the nature of doing cross-platform play lends itself at times to hackers, whether it's iOS or Android, to exploit it. And so that's where, and also I've heard some folks have concerns about the ability to have, some of the harnesses and the keyboard that you can do emulators on the PC that allows some advantage. I think the advantage is slight, but some will say it's extreme. I don't think so, but that's some of the concern. I think, though, the benefits outweigh the negatives for going cross-platform.
I absolutely agree with you on that.
I agree too.
I agree 100%. And as far as the benefits from using an emulator or whatnot, I mean, believe it or not, there are devices available that people can use on iOS as well. It's just not as simple or easy.
Right.
But
it can be done.
Yeah.
I am not against anybody using that in any way, shape, or form, simply because by design, those were originally invented to help handicapped people, and I'm disabled. I'm handicapped, so I'm okay with it. Use them up. I don't care.
It's nice to see that there's stuff out there for people to use.
Some people need them, so I'm okay with it.
One of the things, Chief, if you wanted to continue with the 5.1 discussion about pilots, there's also other parts of 5.1. I saw Islander War Robots mention anti-control module, and I'm wondering if that's also going to be a huge way to break some of those Aries trains or the advantage of Aries. I know one of your last podcasts you were talking about how will Pixonic implement something or deploy a new update that will have a counter to the Aries, and this might be one of the ways that they're doing it is with the anti-control.
The anti-control definitely is making a difference. I run a primarily, lockdown hangar. Almost all shotguns in my hangar, and I'm definitely locking down fewer people. Even with lockdown modules, the anti-lock works on that too. So if you and your power cells and locking down, you're not going to get everybody now. Somebody's got that module. They work. I don't have one yet, but I kind of want one on all my bots.
I kind of want one too.
I don't. They're too expensive. I don't even have.
I didn't say I was going to get one. I just said I want them.
But
we all have our wants.
Yeah, and I think that is something. Unfortunately, the company does not do very well with communication, and it could be partially the language barrier, and partially just there's such a large community worldwide. But they don't tell us what they're going to come out with that's going to help nerf, and everything they do though is part of a bigger plan, I would think. And the anti-control module, I agree, it is, or I do think it is a way you know, that they're going to throw in because everybody threw a fit about the lockdown, and then you know, the Aries, and let's face it, if an Aries can't lock you down, he's weak.
That's right.
He's very weak. They excel being able to lock somebody down.
Yeah,
And if you can lock them
I don't
down.
know if it's weak, but definitely not as insta kill. You know, as
Right.
easy to
Well,
get locked down. Yeah.
He
But
he
your
can
point
still
is
dish the
taken.
damage, but he's
Yeah.
got to
We
be
call
careful.
them squishy. They're squishy.
They are very squishy.
Right.
They're made of glass.
But I disagree 100% with the anti-control module having an effect on the power cell lockdown ammo.
Right?
You are paying an in-game currency that in some cases costs real currency. Like for myself, I have to buy power cells. Okay.
Right.
And if and I do use the lockdown module on one of my robots, and if I'm pressing that and I'm spending 20 power cells and it doesn't lock the person down when it should have,
I'd be upset.
and I mean, because it flat out says it's 100% chance of lockdown, so they're gonna have to adjust one of those two things.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Advanced-
because I've paid the power cells and not locked them down and just kept shooting the one person instead of doing what I normally do. I run a lockdown gecko on my Hellburner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
most-
You're one of those guys.
Oh, it is so fun. It is so fun.
Yeah, the
But like
Hellburn.
when you're paying that 20 gold or 20 power cells to lock down 3 to 4 people, that is critical so that I get to this beacon. I mean, that is a win or lose part on Yemental, is getting that center beacon.
Yes,
You don't get
you
it,
have to,
and you're
you
playing a
gotta
good
get it.
clan. You're not gonna get it back.
No.
If it's
you
two
gotta
good
get it,
clans, whoever gets it.
and you gotta
and-
hold it.
And I'm paying those power cells to lock them down so I get it, and I don't get it. Now, okay, I pulled my Hellburner.
But
Well,
I
there
don't
you go,
know.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
then again,
So-
that's also, I guess, in a way, lessening the gap between the haves and have-nots. In a way.
Yeah.
In a way, if you have it to be able to buy that module,
Well, no.
So-
I mean the other way around.
Yeah.
If you were to get that module, you know, you saved up all your gold, you got the module. Well, now somebody who has to pay an expendable resource of power cells is, you know, they're wasting their power cells now
Right.
because you have that module that you don't have to pay for once you get past that initial purchase. So
Yeah. I have quite a bit of power cells still.
I wish. I don't. I have none.
I'm trying to remember.
I use mine sparingly, but it's and you know, it's interesting though that you mentioned that, Chief, about some of these different options. We just talked about the advanced repair unit and the anti-control a little bit. I'm also really curious about this Deathmark and how that's going to be effective. I saw a video in which a guy was effectively able to use Deathmark to take out, again, Aries and a few of the other bots because it does so much increased damage to that one bot for a period of time. That was kind of cool. That encourages team play.
And the
one of
Deathmark,
my
that's-
guys in my
anyway.
clan that is always like the first to get everything, and he's always like, guys, you need to get that, you know, and he's already figured out the Deathmark. He said it's incredible once you learn how to use it. I haven't played with
Nice.
using it, but he's claiming it to be incredible. He hasn't been wrong about anything incredible yet. So
Well,
Okay.
reading
anybody
about-
in my clan listening knows exactly who I'm talking about.
I don't even know about this Deathmark. Huh.
Well,
it's one of the new things with the 5.1. and
Yeah, they
it's
released
probably the
3.
best thing.
The anti-control, advanced repair unit, and the Deathmark. Those are the 3 modules that were released. The advanced repair unit and Deathmark are active modules.
Okay.
But to touch base real quick on the advanced repair unit, I'm sure most of the viewers already know it's the same as the repair unit. It just does a whole lot more repairing.
It's just double everything. It
And-
costs double, but it
and
does
it-
double.
Yeah, and it costs
quicker.
twice as much.
Right.
Power
Yeah.
cells. But you know, when they do
Oh,
things
okay.
like bring in the advanced power or the advanced repair unit or the pilots, how many people are going to have these pilots with the increased durability on their robots?
Right.
That is, kind of how we were talking about, anti-control being used as a way to nerf. Well, those are both ways that could be, used to bring more silver onto the battlefield.
That's what I
Oh
was
yeah,
gonna
that's a good
say.
point.
Anytime the Reds healing themselves, leave that Wayland with Ansels alone. That's more silver.
Well,
Let him heal everyone.
well, not just
Yeah.
the Reds. You get it too.
You know,
I mean,
and you guys, like when you're healing yourself. I
Yeah.
did like 3.3 million in a free for all the other day. Wow. And it was
Nice.
2.7 million in damage because it was a new high score. And then that's how much I got in healing, is 3.3.
Nice. Wow.
Right.
So I mean, it's that much more silver.
And it's
Nice.
So
Yeah, well,
it isn't a
Adrian,
fix to the economy. But
Adrian popped in and he was saying that he thinks that Deathmark is probably more of a concern than anti-control, or at least that much more effective. So that's an interesting point.
I think it's definitively effective compared to the anti-control, which is only definitive if you have 3 maxed out.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but the Deathmark, I mean, we can talk about the Deathmark just briefly. I played with it on test server, not on live, but I think more people, and I'm not talking about the top clans here, but I think more people, if they choose to use the Deathmark at all, they're going to use it on like their Mender or their own Aries as a way to self-buff. You do understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so.
They're just gonna click it while they're gonna, when they're already shooting at the target, so that their own, damage gets boosted. But I think where it's really gonna shine is in that team play, where you could coordinate with a full squad and say, okay, I got a Deathmark bot on the field. I'm gonna target this Fenrir, because we know the Fenrir is the beast to take down. But you throw a Deathmark on him, and guess what? Now he's kind of a chump, right? So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I don't know.
Oh.
I think it's going to be learning. I think it's a good addition. I don't know yet if it's going to go well or not, but just reading about it, that was the one that interested me to read about.
Well, I think they're slowly introducing more counters in the game. They threw a whole bunch of content out there, some of it OP, some of it hard to overcome, and now they're throwing a bunch of counters to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, do you guys think it's going to be effective? I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Guess we'll find out tomorrow.
I've been playing with it for days now, and I still can't give you an honest. I'm not seeing it change dramatically like I thought. The OP was just going to be way more OP. It's not as bad as I expected. The customization is really cool. Overall, I think I'm starting to like it. I just gold them.
I think with anything new coming in, like even when they introduce the modules, everybody's, whoa, too much stuff. And as you learn them, you start to use them, and everybody's using.
Yeah.
But you just kind of learn things. So I think with all this new stuff, it just take us a bit for us to learn it. And hopefully it will be good.
And there is a lot of new stuff. But thankfully, with this last update, there's not, pilots are a lot to learn. So thankfully they didn't release weapons and bots and stuff with it, because I think that would have been overkill. But
yeah, there's enough going on here.
Yeah.
And okay, so I want to keep talking about 5.1 mostly, but I just want to move along here to the HUD improvements. I think some people are kind of excited about some of the changes here. I know it's more cosmetic, but for some of us, I think it's kind of nice to have the battle status window. I'm not sure if the viewers are really familiar with that, but that's where the battle status window, while you're in a match, if if you're like my squad when we're squatting, if we get get somebody to their last stand, well, we have to say on voice chat, hey, so and so is at last stand. Whereas with the battle status window, it's just going to pop up on your screen, and you're going to see the effects that are on them, the positive, negative effects, whatever it is. You're going to know that they hit their last stand.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know if my viewers can see the picture or not. I'm trying to blow it up.
I don't know. So it'll be on the screen when we're playing all the time?
It's invisible. It's invisible
Okay.
unless you're targeting or you have an enemy in range, and then it'll show you their name and it'll show the effects on them. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't pop up above their head.
Right.
Well, I think that's good. It doesn't seem like too much information overload, at least not yet. So I think that's a positive.
Right. Could be a little more tricky.
And I thought with 5.1 there was also new weapons that were going to be released.
They're still working on them. They're on test server
okay.
again this
I
weekend.
missed that. Okay, that's the Avalanche and okay, gotcha.
Right. And I think the last things here on the notes was fixing bugs and exploits and issues with equipment taking too long to upgrade. I hope that didn't affect too many people, because the equipment takes long enough as it is.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
I don't really see too much on the bug fixes that's too much to that we needed to discuss. I think there was some people that were concerned about, there was a note about being an exploit allowed to be logged on to the game from multiple devices. I don't know what they're referencing there.
Yeah, I read that too. And
like I use 2 devices when I'm playing, especially in squad, because that's the only way to watch videos or make changes to your hangar without dropping the squad.
Yeah, that's what Adrian was just saying as well. So he'd be able to do that at the same time. He didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't see that as being a problem. Like, I do Discord on my phone and I play on my iPad.
Right, well...
And then if I want to make changes on the hangar or watch the videos, it made it so easy.
I did have some viewers from Android on my last stream. They checked, and you can still watch ads from your phone if you're on a tablet playing. Okay. So you can still be logged in to 2 different devices. I think the exploit that they fixed was being able to make gold purchases from both devices.
Yeah, and that's what Adrian just said in the chat as well.
Yeah. So.
Right. Okay. So then that's okay. If you can still go on and go into your hangar, maybe not make purchases, but change hangar things up, watch videos, do minor comments and stuff like that. It should be okay, because that's actually really useful. Nothing worse than being in a squad and you say, hey, I just want to make a change on my hangar. Well, you got to leave the squad and make the change and come back.
Right,
so having the second device was so handy.
Yeah, you'll have to schedule times to for everybody to watch their 5 ads.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that?
Video watching time.
Hey, there was a question from Dark Warrior for the Android user in our chat, and if you can still watch ads on a second device.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So yes, you can.
So yeah, that's what I was talking about. Somebody, one of my viewers, actually tested that the other night for me. So.
Okay. Good.
So I think they're referencing the gold purchasing exploit, but I don't know. It's not really specific in the notes, but now we can, we can continue talking about 5.1. If some of the viewers have questions or statements, whatever it is, share your thoughts. Please let us know. I'll try and at least, try to read as many as possible. But I think we need to talk a little bit about the factions and lore.
The lore.
Yeah. Does anybody know what the lore is?
I actually read the whole thing. It was hard to read. It's
Oh, wow.
very detailed. And I had to do fast proofreading, scan it real quick because I don't know, it was so much detail, and I know they put a lot of work on it. But it's just so much extra background stuff.
Yeah, like they're talking about the type of economies they had in political systems and capitalism or the society, and why?
And what's that got to do with us battling on a battlefield?
Right. I can understand if they have a certain technology or like that. Okay, I get that, but why? I don't know why that other stuff.
Yeah, it's so much extra stuff. That's my views, and I think they should make it into a movie. It's a great movie line. War Robots.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we talked last night about that.
Yeah,
this would be only for a movie. Like, why do this?
Yeah, it's got nothing
maybe
to do
a cartoon.
Right, yeah. We step on the battlefield in robots. We don't care if we're on Mars and whatever, I don't know, live in a spaceship thing, and it doesn't matter. We're robots on a battlefield. So I think they did a lot of good work, but there's so many more things to fix.
Minus the pilot on the far left side.
Yeah, that was Adrian. Just a picture of it.
If you read the full article here, which I'll just scroll through, and it actually does talk about that, because they all left Earth at different times, and some of them are on Mars, some of them are floating above Mars, but they all developed independently, and some of them have genetic mutations. So I'm going to say that it's the genetic mutations that cause the head to be larger. But I will let you, Adrian, cover this in great detail for your next Sunday gold giveaway. You could have Dark Warrior play the part of one of the colonists, and Togi. I think Togi would do really well, probably as one of these hot little females. But I think I don't know why some of them have big heads and some of them don't.
Well, in life, some people have big heads and some don't, so I guess it's true to life.
But yeah, these the lore. I mean, for the viewers that aren't really sure what the lore stuff is, it's the backstory. Why War Robots is where it's at. Why are there robots? Why are there pilots? And it goes into great detail. And if you're really into this kind of thing, I would recommend it, because this is just one of the articles. They also have a lot of videos. It started with the whole Kyle Rogers videos, kind of giving the backstory. It continues in the game with the pilots. Each pilot has its own backstory, and it kind of adds to this overall lore. Some people are really into this. I think it's tough for me as a player who knew the game without it to just kind of get all of this at once. It's just too much for me.
Yeah, I think so too. Way too much.
No, is there any?
Yeah, and if they eventually get to the point where certain factions, they complement each other when they're in the same squad, or a certain pilot with a certain bot, then I can kind of wrap my head around it and understand the direction that that common theme, and that helps with actually implementing into the tactics of the game. But the background, for me at least, 45-year-old adult, for me, that the rest of it, I just didn't care about that storyline.
Yeah.
No disagreement from me.
Yeah, I agree totally too.
it's pretty. It's a little too in depth. I have played games that had a lot of lore involved in them, but it was built into, the leveling process. It was built into the game. You picked a faction and you got certain abilities associated to it, things like that, and it really helped you understand it. But then even with those games, there were some players that really got into it, and they got into the whole role playing, and that's too much for me. That's not how I play. But maybe that's where Pixonic is trying to go with it. I don't know. But as of right now, it's just a whole lot of stuff to read, and I'm not big on reading.
No, it's way too boring, even though it's good information and all that, but it's not necessary in a game of robots.
Right. But, I like you mentioned, JF Soul. I think it was you that mentioned it. If they decide to implement it in the faction where you get a benefit, or you get this faction works well with the other faction, or even at the clan level, each clan has to choose a faction and you can go to war with another clan. I don't know, something. I mean, now we're getting a little bit out there, but
No, but I see what you're going. I agree. Okay, so I can kind of get that. I don't think I need to know if they run a democracy or a total. Yeah, that doesn't matter to me. But yeah, I agree.
Right. Yeah, I mean, any of the viewers out there, any of you guys read this lore and get into it? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I read it all, but it was hard.
Do I think I'm sorry, I'm trying to read this question here. Do I think Pixonic should add a module to bypass the Greek bot's shields? Quick answer to that is no, I don't. I think they should adjust the Aries.
Yes.
But the shield itself is okay how it is. They just need to adjust the time and the strength of the Aries, my opinion.
Yeah. You already have the fastest bot, and it has the strongest modules, and
the longest shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, if they adjust the timing, that will make the biggest difference, I think. Because I'm getting to be okay with an Aries.
Yeah, there's just so many things overpowering with the Aries. It didn't have that fast ground speed. I mean, then others could get inside the shield or get away from it. That it's just so OP in so many ways. So I think the nerf will come probably similar to like the Spectre, where they probably increase the cooldown time by a few seconds or reduce the ground speed of it, and they'll see how that balances it out.
It's gonna come in waves.
Yeah.
They're gonna see how pilots play into it, because I think they want to get the new content out there, and then see where it settles before they, really get into how are we gonna nerf this and fix this problem. But I mean, they're gonna have to do it. It's got to be a bad enough nerf to make people want to not have 5 of them in their hangar.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You've seen a lot of those.
Where they're 5 hangars, they're full of Aries.
Yeah.
So, which unfortunately means those of us with only 1 Aries are also gonna be affected by it, because it's. But I think for the health of the game, it's got to happen. So.
Well, I told my clan that everybody in our clan has to have at least 1, because we're just getting killed. I mean,
mine's at level 6. In upgrading, I haven't used it yet, but it's at level 6.
Oh, you should use it. Level 6 is still strong.
Well, I just brought my Blitz in and my Dragon, so once the Aries, I think, goes to 7, I'll bring it in. But you gotta fight them back with it.
Okay. Well, I don't see anybody that's really saying that they're really into the lore. I don't know. Maybe they just need new people to write the stuff. I think maybe even do audio books for it.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think
a little more exciting.
I think with Adrian's voice and Togi's writing style,
They should do it.
That would be perfect. I would listen to that. I would go to sleep to that.
I would listen to that too. That might make him more interested.
Oh, Ben. Yes, Ben is really good.
Great. Yeah.
That's
Great.
right. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kitty WR.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
And he has a very laid-back voice, so he would be good.
Yeah, see, because you got to get the people with the interest of it. You bring all this information in, and it's boom in your face. And if it's boring to read, nobody really is caring to want to know about it. But if they brought it out, introduced it with some excitement, and I think we would have a little more.
I think they tried to do that with the Kyle Rogers story, but they broke that story up way too much to where I didn't know what the heck the story was even about. You know?
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But I think if anybody can make people interested in the lore, it would be Kitty and his drawings.
Yeah.
It's much more entertaining.
For sure. Because you want to keep your audience or the people participating in the game excited and enthusiastic about things. You don't want them to lose interest. And if they start hearing that this is not the right path to go, I don't know if that will change anything, but...
Well, unless the viewers want to talk more about it, if you're interested in learning more about the factions and the different lore, stop by warrobots.com or warrobots.net. That is the official web page. They have a whole section. Part of it is in the news section, but then there is also a whole new section that they came up with for this called the WR Universe. And that's the story hub. That's where you're going to get all the videos and all the background to the different stories and have fun with it. And then you guys can let me know, and I will invite you on a show later on, and you can help the rest of us to digest
all that stuff. That's pretty cool. WR Universe? That's what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think Jillian is secretly really into it. But that's cool.
Well,
you aren't the only one that actually read the whole thing. I did too.
I know. I had a hard time though, honestly.
I read the whole thing. Yeah.
Did you?
But yeah.
I told him he had to, or I would kick him from the clown.
Right.
Right, Nightguard?
Yes,
read it all.
I did read it all.
I had warned Chief that I was not into it, and he sent the link, and I hadn't even looked it up beforehand. I tried to today, and it felt like homework almost. It just,
Yes.
Good description. It felt like homework. Like.
Well, I wasn't
do I
sure.
have to read this?
I wasn't sure if some of the viewers were going to come on and like.
I support that. It is part of 5.1. It's part of the game, so I think it's open for discussion. But for me, it's not sticking.
Yeah.
No.
I think they need to kind of rework it, and I think it's going to really take them changing the game in order to make it really work well. But okay, so I guess viewers, this stream is really all about you. So I want to, while I have these folks here, if you have a view or anything about 5.1 or what the heck, the game in general, something or a question for any one of these nice folk that joined us today, type it in chat.
We're trying to read. Yep.
We want to hear from you. And yes, I agree, Thaddeus. The reload button is definitely more important than the lore.
Yes. There's so many things like that. But I agree. Reload button.
There was a question by Disconnect. Do you think the flying stealth dragon is unbalanced? If so, what do you think could be done? Me
Everybody has
personally,
quantum radar.
yeah, me personally, I don't think it's unbalanced. It's strong. It is definitely strong, but I don't think it is OP because there was already counters to stealth in the game, and it's really, I mean, trust me, I kill my own white dragon probably more times than not because I'm really bad at landing on things like carrier. So, I mean, there's a trade-off that you have. It's difficult to pilot. It's difficult to control. And it's just a sitting duck if you don't get back behind cover. So, I don't know. That's my opinion. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think it's OP just like the Aries in particular. You got the quantum radar that can be a counter to it. Dashes can get away from it, and when it lands, it's slow and bulky, and so I don't see it as OP as the Aries.
Right. I think the Aries is the problem. The dragon can work with it. Although I don't have one.
What do you think, Ben, as somebody
Yeah.
that doesn't have one? Do you think it's OP?
An Aries or a white dragon?
White dragon.
I was reading stuff with no. I would much rather run against a white dragon than.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Oh.
agree.
I agree. You can. There's a lot of ways to kill a white dragon.
Yeah,
You get two Aries next to each other, and they're hard to kill.
and you get two white dragons, and if work, you win.
Yeah. You just make sure you have a white dragon to get back at them. I always say that if you don't like something out on the field, get one yourself. So,
Yeah, and master it.
and master it, learn it, and soon you won't have a problem with one that you didn't like, whether it's a weapon or a bot. So, but yet I don't have a white dragon yet. Let's see.
I'm
Trying to
building a
wait.
white dragon workshop.
Do ya?
Yeah, I'm working on way too.
That's the I started another alt because I'm getting footage for beginner players, right? New accounts, and as soon as I unlocked the workshop, first thing I put in there was a white dragon, right? Just building a white dragon one day, 60, I think it's 60 components. It got me 5.5 levels of the workshop.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah,
Wow!
it's
Wow, that's
ridiculous.
crazy.
So
Wow.
if it's OP, that's the only way that it's OP in my opinion. That's a lot of
Yeah.
levels for just 60 components, but I'm
Yeah,
not going
that
to
is.
complain about it. Trying to see here. Sorry if I missed some of the chat here.
Yeah, trying to read it all too.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, somebody asked what about 6 bots in a hangar instead of 5. I don't know.
Well,
I think it matches. There's some matches where I don't even get to 3 bots. So
that's true.
6 would be.
You're not
Yeah.
trying hard enough, though.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
I keep using those coins to revive my health.
There you go, stay alive.
Yeah.
Or I come running along with my mender and heal you.
Yes, I love that.
I
I
know.
love that.
I love to heal too.
well, 6
But
bots.
yeah, I don't know. 6 bots? What do you think?
I think it would be okay, but what I would like to see more than 6 bots is an option, as in like you can only deploy 5 robots in a battle, but you can have a 6th robot like on standby. So it could be an additional ranged bot or a specialty bot, something that's dependent on either the mode or the map that you might drop in on.
And would it cost gold or something?
No. You can still only use 5. You can use any 5 of the 6 that you have, but only 5 robots. You know what I mean?
The one that's dependent, maybe just how the match is shaping up, and
Right.
want to use this special bot.
I would love it if
Interesting.
you
Yeah, I
could
like it.
have one where you could grab from a different hangar. Like your 5th bot, you can grab from any hangar.
Well,
Yeah.
you're assuming people have more than one hanger.
Right.
I know.
That's,
I only have
that's
one.
7,500 gold each.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's a
true.
lot of gold.
Yeah. And some too. I mean, most of us have played for a little while. I mean, I've played right around 1 year exactly, but even with that, it's more so with some of the newer players. They didn't have access, to the game when gold was free flowing out of, that old card flip game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if you guys play alts or have started one recently. I think Jilly keeps several alts, but if my memory is correct,
I keep what?
don't you have several alts, or was I don't know, one of the
Like-
ladies from the lady stream has like an alt in every tier, but
No.
must have been another one. Sorry.
I think that's all right.
Hey, at least I was remembering something.
Yes, that's good memory. Because I didn't remember that.
But I've started alts recently, and it is a struggle to get gold. It is a struggle to get even something like a Tehran, because you can't build it anymore in the workshop. It's only available through gold.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Or you have to get lucky and win it in a silver chest, which we all know that's
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
right.
I have 7 of them that I kept from the beginning.
Oh,
That's all I used to use.
Yeah.
And
Jilly, tell them how many bots you have in your.
oh my god, that goes along the line of being
Hoarder.
a hoarder. It's only because I have so much silver, I don't feel I need to sell it.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
waiting for them to give it. I have 150 bots, and to go through my inventory, I kind of go crazy.
Like 7 griffins, 15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have 9 griffins, 16 Natashas, 12 stalkers.
I think it was about 3 months ago that I finally sold a weapon or a bot on my main account. I had
Right.
never sold a single one just because
Wow.
didn't
Okay,
need
so
to.
you know what? Yeah.
But once I did sell, I was glad that I did, because that was a lot of silver that I needed. But I still have, I still kept one or more than one of some of the pre-economy, robots. But
Right. I don't think I would ever want to run a hangar all of the same bot. I like the diversity of different bots and the trying things out. I think I would be bored if it was all one bot.
Well, I like how with this one other viewer said that allow 6 bots in a hangar but only use 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's kind
kinda
of like
cool.
the same along what we're talking
Yeah,
about. I think
what
it's all
Chief was saying.
associated. Yeah,
But that would
it is. I
also
like
help
it. It's interesting.
mention or mentioning the economy. That would help bring more silver, potentially, right? I mean, if it was a straight 6 bot hangar, so that's something to think about too.
Right.
I don't know. I don't have a problem getting through all of my robots in a battle, even if it's
Yeah.
only 3 or 4 minutes.
Yes. I go through my 5. Not always,
Yeah.
but then I'm the lowest in my clan, so when I'm squatting with them, they're all champs. I'm just to survive, I might need them all. So a 6 spot might help. It might be worse to others having that extra 6 spot. I don't know.
6 Aries in a hangar. I can see it now.
Yeah, can you imagine that? No.
Yeah, giving away a robot or weapon would be nice too. Even if you had to pay for it, I think there would be a lot of people. I know there was plenty of extras, of some items that I would be happy to give somebody, especially starting out. Sorry, that
Right.
was Adrian mentioned maybe they should make it possible to where you can gift a clanmate a robot or a weapon.
Yeah, I've asked Pixonic many times, just saying, even if we can't gift it to any player, if we could at least gift it within our clans.
Yep, I think that would be great. Or if Pixonic wants to encourage players to play, maybe that you can gift 100k, 500k silver on contingent upon them actually completing a battle. And then once they're done, they
Okay.
get that no matter what. I think there's many ways, and that would be a great feature.
I think that's a great idea. Because, I keep saying I would love to gift gold or silver, weapons, bots.
I'm with you. I think it's great, but I think unfortunately, anytime there's a player-to-player interaction like that, there's gonna be exploits.
Abuse. That's what they were saying.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
And
because they used to have it.
It's horrible that especially people that are already doing really well. Why would they need to abuse it? It's just
it's sad.
It's frustrating because it hurts the new players coming in.
Yeah. Well, they took it out. Like, they used to be able to gift just gold. I think it was 200 or 500 you could gift to your clanmate.
Right.
But I guess it was from all the people abusing it. They took that out. But wasn't that, was that only within the clan? I think so, right?
I think they had to be in the clan menu, or it was part of the clan menu, but still, I think with gold loading and other issues that they really have a hard time controlling, something like that, I think it's just gonna be abused.
Yeah, I know. So it might not come in. I've asked them many times, but yeah, I can understand that too with the abusing of it. I think people would gift them gold and then they would, I'm not sure, take the gold and then leave the clan. Yeah, I heard people were doing that. They were joining a clan and then getting gifted money or gold, and then they would just leave the clan and try it somewhere else.
Well, that's one way that you could, I guess, and I'm not saying that they do it, but from my own gaming experience, I would assume that's one way that people could sell gold, because and gold costs different amounts depending on where you live in the world.
Right.
So if I give $50 to somebody in country Z, wherever that is, and their economy is really low, $50 is a big deal, and it might only cost them the equivalent of $20 join into their clan temporarily, let them all gift me 500 gold increments until I get my gold's worth, and then roll out. But that's how games really.
Yeah.
Any game with a direct player to player, I don't even know what to call it. I guess
connecting two players,
right?
Or whatever.
Anytime you can transfer any kind of money, in-game currency to between players, it's going to just inherently open it up to a lot of bad things. So
yeah, that's true.
Part of that is, with that, I mean, I'm kind of thankful that they've gotten rid of it in that aspect, because I don't know about you. I mean, yeah, I see it sometimes on Facebook or wherever, people trying to sell their in-game currency for war robots, but it's not very common.
Okay.
So I'm glad that it's not super common in this game.
Yeah.
Exchange,
true.
Yeah, you could exchange items directly. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many ideas out there. I'm sure Pixonic's thought of lots of the stuff, and I'm sure they listen to the public to see what's wanted and needed. And they do their best, and there's always going to be complaining, and there's always going to be good stuff that comes out, or I guess it's learning.
Well, this game has definitely evolved quite a bit since I've been playing it. So
since walking war robots, right?
Yeah, it's definitely evolved. Like every upgrade is like, whoa, a new weapon or a new module, active module, passive module, boosters. All that is just like it's like another layer on top of another layer. And now they got the lore stuff on there now. So they're obviously, making it, more adaptive and evolving with the game.
Yeah, and it's getting fairly complex too. I can't even think about if I was a new player starting now, seeing what the end game is. It keeps it's incredibly complex.
Yeah, it would be overwhelming, I think. I actually have a 10-year-old boy that plays it at my daycare, and he came to me the other day and he says, all these new bots, I keep dying. He's 10,
Yeah.
and I tried to teach him, okay, how to do corner shooting. So here we're at the daycare, and I'm hiding behind a pole going, okay, boom, 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 come back, right? And people are looking at us, but there's about 5 or 6 that play it, so they're all started to come in and listening. And I wish I could help them out more. They're so overwhelmed with all this new stuff. They're only 10, and it's just too much. They just want to be a robot. So they end up going to another that's more kid friendly. But I mean, that's okay. They also asked to come in my clan, and I said, sorry guys, I'm full.
18 up, sorry.
Yeah, there's a few
Yes.
prerequisites. I can't do 10-year-olds for my daycare.
So I think let's see, Thaddeus was talking about what about increasing levels from player level 30 to 200 or whatever, something up in there.
Yeah.
I mean, that could help with a number of things. Matchmaking maybe, but I think you're still gonna. Matchmaking is difficult now, not because of the player level, but because of the level of gear. So it may not fix matchmaking, but I don't know. It could help in other ways.
I played against a guy and I screenshotted his. He had a 142 winning streak. I mean, it's like 142 game winning streak. I screenshotted it because I was like, "That's incredible." But yeah, I can't play. You can't play against someone like that.
Well,
it's too hard.
Somebody on iOS in one of the top clans who his name is the same as the clan. I think he was at, last time I saw it was several hundred winning streak.
Never lost.
And continuing.
Wow. It's crazy.
Which would make it ironic if you knew the name of the clan. But
now we're all guessing, trying to think, okay, who have we seen out there?
Well, he's never lost.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's lost, but not in a long time. So, pretty crazy.
See, that's crazy.
All right. Well, I think things are kind of starting to slow down with the discussion. Before we start to wrap up the stream here, kind of, for those that are left, and I think we lost Mega God. But how would you rate, what you've seen so far with 5.1, just the update in general, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is outstanding and 1 is like, I'm deleting the game tomorrow.
I'm in the middle. I'm at like 5. I think they've got some good points they've added, or good things. They've done a great job on the lore, but I think it's a waste. And there were so many more things they could have worked on and focused on, from like the matchmaking and all that stuff. But I mean, yeah, it's okay. I'm about a 5. How about you guys?
For me, I guess I gotta Monday after Monday. I'll probably give you some ideas about it, but like until I actually update it and play it, I don't really have a stance on it.
Yeah, without playing it yet. I mean, out of everybody here, has any of us played it yet? With the new update? Because we lost Michael.
Yeah, he
Discord, and he was our Android guy.
Yeah. Kind of hard to throw it out.
Yeah, I just know that I'm gonna get that anti-lock. That's all I know.
Yeah, I know. And it does sound interesting. The Deathmark sounds pretty cool as well. I have to play it before I fully understand it. And for me, I'm never comfortable with change initially. So here's just another thing. And so I'm always concerned about how the community is going to react, how I'll react, how the clan will react, and the balancing. So that always stresses me a little bit. But I think for me, more than anything, it's the cost, especially in gold, that I'm concerned about. I like the idea of customization. I think that's always a good thing. For me personally, I don't mind too much that it separates further the pay to win and the free to play, because it's been that way for a very long time. So I'm not going to compete at the legend level. I'm okay with that. I'm happy with where I'm at and how. So for me, that's not as much of a concern. Just the cost in gold. I think that's and then of course knowing which skills to pick, and am I gonna
Right.
waste gold initially when do I spin or not? So I'm usually a follower. I need other people smarter than me to figure it out and provide guidance so that I can then just know where I'm going to invest in. So I'll probably will be very hesitant to do anything, make a big splash initially. I'll wait till others do that.
Right.
Yeah,
And
no,
test
good.
the pilots. Because, yeah, each pilot
Yeah.
does have like a bonus ability on certain robots, right?
No, only the legendary ones.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
not a bonus ability. Regular or legendary both get a total of 7. It's just the legendary ones have one of those 7 that it starts off with that is only for a certain robot.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. That's right.
So what about you, Ben?
Well, I don't know.
Perfect 10?
Well, I wouldn't say that. But kind of like everybody else. Without playing it, it's hard to say. But from what I see, I don't know, 5 or 6. That's the first time they got it. So bring me Aries.
Well, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say this is, based on what I've seen so far since I've been playing, based on my play style and what I enjoy, I'm going to go out and I'm going to say this is an 8 of 10, but it could go down depending. But a lot of that is I'm super excited for pilots personally. I know they're a gold sink, and I'm okay. I'm ready to put the investment into it as far as the time investment, because it's going to take time. But man, I just think they're going to be so much fun. But that's me.
I think you're right. I like when you said treated it as it's like a module. It's a extra
like premium
advantage.
modules. Yep.
Right? So it's just learning about it. I think it's just so much. We all just don't know and haven't tried it. So
just a really complex, customizable module.
And once we learn it, we probably will all like it.
Well, and just like JF Soul mentioned, he's hesitant with change. I think we all are to a degree. Once we finally start getting to know Matchmaker or how to survive in the current economy, they go and change something. So
yeah, exactly.
You get comfortable with it, and then it gets changed, and then you're like overwhelmed again. And it's a circle, and we're all in it.
And that's the thing too. We are all in it. This is a community. Everybody that's watching on YouTube, anybody that might be listening to this, 2 weeks from now on iTunes, we're all in it together. We're all just players. Some of us might be moderators for different Facebook groups, or some of us might do YouTube videos. But we're all players. So, it's a game. Let's have some fun. I can't make excuses for hey, what's up, AD Gaming? Can't make excuses for anything that people might have had problems with in the past. I'm not even gonna try to do that. But I'm gonna choose to have fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy it with my friends. I enjoy it with my clanmates. I don't care if you guys, some of you have seen my live streams where I get wrecked every Wednesday. I literally spend hours getting wrecked on live stream.
But you have fun
for
still.
you guys.
That's right. Yeah.
I have fun and I'm eating ice cream. So.
And having coffee.
That's right.
That's what I do.
And that's totally cool.
So yeah, man, I wish I could just reach out to every viewer and just say, hey, it's a game. Remember that. Come on, have some fun. Things suck, not everything's perfect, but geez, just have some fun for a while.
Well, it's like in real life. Real life is not always perfect, so neither is in the game. I totally agree. Just go have fun with your friends. And sure, I go into negative numbers because I'm squatting with my champ friends, but I can make a choice of just play by myself in a silent battle, maybe win, maybe lose. But I'd rather have the friends. I'll take the negative numbers, even though I don't like them.
Remember,
Yeah, cheers. I agree.
when you're playing
But
with your
Nice.
friends,
that's what
you
it's all about.
lose half as much
Yeah, that's
because
right.
they take the other half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
That's how squatting works. You know, I
But
mean,
it's so much fun to squat
is.
with your friends. We have laughs and we're battling. Whether you're frustrated, you share the swearing. You're up against a clan, well, you do your best. And if you're on Discord, you help each other. If it's all Hellburners or all Aries, work together and make it fun. And the other night, Nightguard and I, we went in with a full clan, a full squad, and we were up against so many good clans. And we rocked it that night. We were just,
Yeah, that's
we were
fun.
on a high. Like it was so cool. We've got so many screenshots of all of us being over 1 million. And we were winning lots of them against guys.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's
what
what
it's all
makes
about.
it fun.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really
Enjoy
fun.
Adrian
the
agrees
game.
as well. He mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally enjoy the game.
All right. Well, I think that's probably a good place to close out the stream, man. You know, I mean, I can't tell you guys. You know, I can't thank you guys enough. And
Thank
I
you.
really do appreciate you guys taking time to come and be on my stream. You know, I may
Thanks for
not
having
have the
us.
same opinion.
Yeah.
So, with a lot of things on today's topic, I think we shared some opinion, but it's not always the case. And the same with my viewers. You know, every
Yep.
one of you, thank you so much for you know, getting in on the live discussion. You know, I do this every Sunday, different topics, different guests. But you know, it's here for you. So you know, stop back. You know, share your opinion. I may not agree with it. You may not agree with mine. That's okay. We can
That's
just
what this is
agree that
about.
it's a game. We're gonna have fun, and we're different people. That's okay. But really, and thanks, Adrian, Dark Warrior. I think Becky and a few other people were all helping out with the moderating the stream today. Thank you guys for all the support, and I think that's probably going to be a wrap for things this time.
Thanks, everyone.
Well, thank you so much, Chief.
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
Any
This
more
is
stuff
fun.
you do?
Yep, this is awesome. Cheers.
All right, thanks, guys.
Always
And
here when you need us.
for the viewers that are still there, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so. Hit that like, share my videos. It helps me out. I am trying to hit 500 before the end of this month. I'm getting there. I'm getting real close, and it's with all of your help. So that's much appreciated. And for those that really like the podcast, I will be uploading this to iTunes probably tomorrow or the next day, and also to was it Beanpod or Podbean? Whatever.